Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Houston Dynamo FC 1 versus Real Salt Lake 1. 4-3 on penalties in the MLS Cup Playoffs 2023. West Round 1, Game 3. Houston wins, and they will move on to host and face Sporting Kansas City in the conference semifinals of the West. Wasn't the easiest. Wasn't the hardest either, but they got it done. They almost blew it, but they got it done. Goals were scored as follows. In the 29th minute, ball crossed in by Quiñones. Ball crossed in. Brought down by Hector Herrera into the path of Corey Baird. He cleans it up. Pops it in past McMath to make it 1-0. 1-0. And that's the way we're going to half as well. 1-0 for the Houston Dynamo. 1-0 miro tiempo. Then in the 65th minute, Diego Luna scores, ball crossed in as well. Another cross and a header by Diego Luna. Diego Luna heads it in past Steve Clark to make it 1-1. 1-1. That's the way the game would end. 1-1. 1-1. Full time. It's going to another penalty shootout is how this game would be. It goes to another penalty shootout, and that's how the series would end. Starting with Chicho Arango. He takes the penalty, rolls it in past Steve Clark. It was an absolute horrible chance to try to save that by Steve Clark. But Arango scores 1-0, 1-0. Adalberto Carrasquilla, he bangs it in opposite side of McMath to make it 1-1, 1-1. Same goes for Rubio Rubin. He goes to the opposite side of Steve Clark to make it 2-1, 2-1. Thor Ulfarsson, another time as a penalty substitute for Houston, and he does it again for the Dynamo. Ulfarsson scores to make it 2-2, 2-2. Then Diego Luna is saved. His shot is saved by Steve Clark. It is still 2-2, 2-2. Amine Bassi takes the shot off the hand and in of Zach McMath. Bassi scores his third penalty, third time's the charm against McMath. 3-2, 3-2 for the third goal. 3-2, 3-2. There you go. Brian Vera scores his penalty to make it 3-3. Tie it back up. 3-3. Nelson Quiñones gets saved. And it's still 3-3, 3-3. Danny Musovski to at least say it's going to sudden death. Or give RSL the lead before it goes to sudden death. He gets off the post and out. It hits off the post and out. It is still 3-3, 3-3. Griffin Dorsey for the win, and he smashes it in past McMath. McMath had no chance to save it, even though he did go the right way. It is 4-3, 4-3. That's the way it would end. Griffin Dorsey for the win, and he hits it. Beautiful penalty, and he celebrates like he deserves to because, man, that was an amazing penalty. After penalties, it was 1-1 on the night. 1-1 esta noche. 4-3 on penalties. 4-3 en penales. Houston wins. They move on. RSL heartbroken. It is what it is. Sort of a little bit of a turnabout's fair play, tables turn situation. Full-time stats, 16 shots to 9, 5 shots on goal to 3, 56% possession to 44% possession, 477 passes to 364, 85% pass accuracy to 80, 12 fouls to 10, 1 offside to 1, 1 yellow card to 3, 0 red cards to 0, 4 corners to 7. Houston, they played well in the first half. They were the better team for most of the game, but RSL really started well in the second half. They wanted to at least tie this up. They knew that they could tie this up and go to penalties, and they did. And then Houston really woke up late in the second half. I thought they were going to score a winner. I thought they were going to score a winner. They really tried. In the end, though, they did not score a winner. We go to penalties, but they win on penalties, and it was a bit of a roller coaster penalty shootout for the whole game, to be honest. For me, I was very, very happy with the way this game was played. I thought it was enjoyable. Unlike the Dallas-Seattle game, I thought this was very enjoyable. I thought it was an enjoyable football match. It was a strong game from both sides. I thought RSL really tried to fight to at least get to penalties, if not win. I thought they could have scored a second. It was a very even game. I thought Houston was better, especially at home. But unlike game one, they couldn't score a winner in regular time. We go to penalties. Luckily, it didn't bite them in the ass like the last game. But even when Luna scored, unlike game two, Houston definitely said, nah, we're not going to fall apart like we did in game two. No. And they actually came back, and I thought maybe they would score a winner. Like, it was so different. Like, why couldn't they answer that same way in game two? I have no idea. Because if they could have answered that way in game one, they could have certainly, or I should say they answered in game one after an equalizer. They should have been able to answer the same way in game two, but even in game three, they didn't score, but they answered the equalizer well. So I don't understand why. I don't understand why they couldn't answer the equalizer better than they did in game two. But game one and three, they equalized. They answered it well. I don't understand that. Maybe that's because they were at home. Maybe they're great at home. They're horrible on the road, and that's exactly what it is. Maybe that's their thing. Maybe they're bad on the road. They're good at home, and that's why they couldn't answer well. But I swear they just fell apart in game two, and that was the shocking part. Game three, they played it pretty well. I think they still could have won outright, but they played it well. But that's life. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way. It just doesn't go your way sometimes. And personally, I think Houston played better. I thought they were the better team. RSL, they tried to wake up, but they definitely sort of just was okay with going to penalties. Because, again, Houston dominated the last 20 minutes of the game, and I thought they could have scored a winner. To me, Houston were like, you know what? Or RSL were just fine with drawing. They were fine with drawing the match, going to penalties, and going from there. Because, again, who would have thought that Houston would have actually saved a penalty and Musovski would have choked? Because he choked. Like, Musovski choked. No two ways about it. Like, he went off the post and out. Now, you could say it's a little bit of physics, but he choked. He choked. And he came in for Jefferson Savarino, who had scored a penalty in game two. Like, Savarino couldn't have went for 3 more minutes? Like, that's my question. Like, I thought the man could go for 3 more minutes. Like, he should have been able to and taken a penalty. It makes you wonder. I don't think Musovski was a straight-up penalty substitute. It was he had to come on for Savarino. But Savarino only would have had to play 3 more minutes when that sub was made. So to me, it's like, okay, what are we doing? Or what are you doing? I don't think he was that hurt to where he couldn't play another 3 minutes. That's just my opinion, though. But Houston are through. Deservedly so. I think they were the better team throughout the tie, even if they only won by 1 over scores. It was 4-3 goals-wise. 4 goals for, 3 goals against, and they won a shootout. I don't think that says anything about the format, and if you do think it says something about the playoff format, I can't help you. I guess you're going to complain about it. But for me, I thought Houston was the better team throughout the tie. I think they deserved to go through, and they did what they needed to do. Was it pretty? No. Has Houston really been pretty this year? No, they've been more of a grinded out team anyway. So, it sounds about right, to be honest. So, with that being said, congratulations to the Houston Dynamo. Felicidades, Houston. Commiserations to RSL. Houston is through. We know our 4 Western semifinalists. 3 of those Western semifinalists, if they win MLS Cup, they're in CONCACAF Champions Cup. There is no backfill by the Revs. It's just 1 spot, and that's it. Houston goes in, the Revs would backfill their spot, and Houston would be in the round of 16. Now, when it comes to the East, it could be 4 teams, where all of them are already in the Champions Cup. The best that could happen is they move up by winning the MLS Cup to the round of 16 instead of the preliminary round. And if Atlanta wins, well, they're the 1 team in the East. If they win the MLS Cup, that's the only thing that puts them in Champions Cup. But That's how it works. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to play. Share us with your friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of the aforementioned Columbus Crew versus Atlanta United FC game, the final game 3 of the first round, and the final game of the first round of the playoffs. 8 more games in the MLS season. 7 of them come after round 1. I know, it's crazy, ain't it? With that being said, I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.